In the last video we talked about structs, but at the end of the last video we mentioned anonymous structures. So what are anonymous structures? Again, in the previous video we saw that we could define structures in this way, say type and struct name and struct and all the fields and whatever and whatnot. But sometimes this is not convenient because maybe we want to use a structure just in one place and in one place only, and so we want to save some lines of code and some stuff and just write the structure explicitly in the place where we're going to use it and then never again. And well, to do this we're going to use anonymous structures. So imagine we want to create a structure of a person and then say struct, and here what we're going to do is we're going to use the define operator. That's going to inherit the type automatically. Then we're going to say struct, and then here we're going to define the struct as if we were to define it with the type keyword, but without a name and without the type keyword. So we're just going to define the field, so name, surname, and then I don't know, like language, like that. So what language does he speak? And maybe actually native language, because he might speak more than one language, so native language. And something like that. Okay, so and then what we're going to do is we after the struct here, that is whose fields are enclosed by these curly braces, we're going to put other curly braces where we are going to assign a value to each field. So set John, and as a surname let's say Doe, and then as a native language we're going to say English. Okay, and now we're going to try to print out person. Let's see what happens. As you can see, we get John Doe English. So in this way we define a structure in just one place, and we define it anonymously, we say, because we did not assign a name to it. Furthermore, we're also allowed to create structures with anonymous fields. This means that we can create a structure, say person, whose fields don't have a name. However, there's a catch, and this is we cannot have more fields for the same data type. This means that if we say string, then the compiler will give an error. We just have to say, well, for example, string, then int, then float32. And in this way, we created a structures whose fields don't have a name. And to use this structure, you can create a variable person of type person, and then which can just fill in these, we could say these fields. So we can say name John, then integer 25, and then float 34.5. Now if we print out the structure, let's see what happens. We get John 25 and 34.5. And so with this we have covered anonymous structures and structures with anonymous fields. And the last thing which you have to say is that, well, we can combine, so age int, for example, I don't know, like height int in centimeters, you can say, something like that. You can combine also fields, anonymous fields with okay, we're gonna make him a giant basically, but you can combine anonymous fields and fields with names inside the structure, so there's no problem with that. And as you can see, sometimes it might come in handy, since anonymous fields don't allow you to have more fields for the same value. So in this case we wanted to have two fields for the int data type, and so for this reason we used named fields. So with this said, in the next video we're going to talk about concurrency.